Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn fundamental theorems of integral calculus. In this fundamental integral theorems of integral calculus, we have two theorems. So, first theorem one statement is theorem one statement is which is known as first fundamental theorem. First fundamental theorem of integral calculus. First fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Integral calculus. So its statement is if f of x be a continuous function, if f of x, small f of x be a continuous function defined on closed interval a comma b, and we have another function, new function capital F of x, which is defined from a to x f of u du, where x is taken in between a and b. From the interval we have to take x, right? Then d by dx of capital F of x will be equal to small f of x. d by dx, so d by dx of capital F of x is equal to small f of x, where capital F of x is known as, here capital F of x is known as antiderivative of small f of x. Capital F of x is known as antiderivative of small f of x. Okay, now this is first fundamental theorem. Now second fundamental theorem of integral calculus statement. Second fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Here what is the statement? See, if f of x, small f of x be a continuous function defined on closed interval a comma b, and capital F of x is an antiderivative of f of x, small f of, if capital F of x is antiderivative of small f of x, then the definite integral a to b f of x, small f of x dx will be equal to capital F of b minus capital F of a. So this is second fundamental theorem of integral calculus, and we have some properties without proof. Let us write the properties on this fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Second fundamental theorem of integral calculus, we have some properties without proof. So write the properties on second fundamental theorem of integral calculus. So first property is integration a to b f of x dx is equal to integration a to b f of u du, where a less than b. So in place of x we can replace by any independent variable, nothing will happen. Okay, and the second property is, it describes that a to b, integration a to b f of x dx will be equal to minus b to a f of x dx. So from the property we can observe that if you interchange the upper limit, lower limit, then it will be sign will be changes. So here lower limit a, upper limit b. So by interchanging the limits, you will get the minus here. So this is property 2. Now property 3. Third property, integration a to b f of x dx, integration a to b f of x dx is equal to, you can write a to c f of x dx plus c to b f of x dx, where a less than c less than b. Okay, we can divide the integration into 2 or 3 parts, which are taken, the point are taken between a and b. Okay, not only 2, 3 also we can divide it. Okay, this is property 3. Now property 4, fourth property, integration a to b alpha f of x plus beta g of x, beta g of x into dx. If you have this type of functions in place of f of x, then we can separate the integration. Here alpha is constant, so take outside a to b f of x dx. We can split the integration. Okay, beta a to b g of x dx, where alpha comma beta are constants, are constants. Okay, now last property, property number 5, fifth property, if x equal to g of u, x is equal to g of u, then integration a to b f of x dx, integration a to b f of x dx is equal to, you can write as integration c to d, integration c to d f of g of u, f of g of u into d by du of g of u into integrating coefficient du, where g of c is equal to a, g of d is equal to. So this last property we can use in substitution method. While using the substitution method, this property will be helpful. Okay, these are the 5 properties on second fundamental theorem of integral calculus. Now let us do some example problems. Example 1, first example on fundamental theorem of integral calculus. So evaluate integration 0 to 3 3x square minus 4x plus 5 dx, 5 dx, right? So we can split the integration by using fourth property. Okay, by using fourth property I am splitting this integration. So solution, here only solution, given integration is 0 to 3 3x square minus 4x plus 5 into dx. So I am splitting the integral using fourth property. X square dx minus 4 take outside 0 to 3 x dx plus 5 take outside 0 to 3 0 to 3 1 dx. We know x square integration is x cube by 3. Here 0 to 3 are the limits, minus 4. This is x square by 2. The limits are 3 to 0 plus 5 into 1 dx integration x 0 to 3. X power n formula, x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Right? So 3 into, by substituting here, 3 cube by 3, 3 square. And 0 minus 4. Here 9 by 2 minus 0. Here 5. First upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit 3, lower limit 0. So here 3 square 9, 9 3 is 27, minus 2 cancel, minus 18, 5 3 is 15. So minus 3, so this is will be equal to 24. Minus 3, 15 minus 18 minus 3. So 24 is the value of this definite integral. Okay. Now second problem, second example 2, integration 0 to 1 2x plus 7 2x plus 7 by 5x square plus 9 5x square plus 9. So how we can write here? I am splitting this integration 0 to 1 2x by 5x square plus 9. I am separating the denominator dx, here dx, plus 0 to 1 7 by 5x square plus 9. Here for this integral, if you take this as t, by derivating it you will get 10x. So in numerator I need 10, so for that I am dividing by 5 and multiplying by 5, so it will be 10x by 5x square plus 9 dx, plus here I am taking 7 common and 5 common, 7 by 5, 0 to 1, in numerator I have taken 7 common, in denominator I have taken 5 common, so x square plus, so 9 by 5 I am writing as 3 by root 5 whole square. Here actually 9 by 5, but I am writing 3 by root 5 whole square into dx here. So 1 by 5, if you take this as t and derivative it, you will get f of x f dash of x by f of x. So that is it, what? Log f of x. So 5x square plus 9. 5x square plus 9 is the integration of this value. So limits are 0 to 1. Plus 7 by 5. Here which is in the form of integration x square plus a square. What is the formula? 1 by a tan inverse x by a. 1 by a tan inverse x by a. So using that formula, 1 by a is 1 by 3 by root 5, 1 by 3 by root 5 tan inverse x by a, x by 3 by root 5. Limits are 0 to 1. Okay, right. So 1 by 5, substitute upper limit. So 1, 5 plus 9, 14, log 14, minus substitute 0, log 9, log 14 minus log 9. Upper limit minus lower limit. So lower limit is 0, so you will get log 9. Next integration, here it will be numerator, so 7 root 5 by 3 into 5, so 15, we can write here 15 tan inverse root 5x by 3, so 0 to 1, again 0 to 1, 1 by 5 log 14 minus log 9, log 14 by 9, u by v formula, log u minus log b, log u by log a minus log b, log a by b, plus here 7 root 5 by 15 tan inverse, substitute the upper limits, so root 5 by 3, and substitute the lower limit, tan inverse 0 is 0. So this is the required answer for the second problem. This is the required answer. Next, example 3. Example 3. Evaluate integration 0 to 1 2x dx. Integration 0 to 1 2x dx, where this brackets indicates the greatest integer function. Greatest integer function. Greatest integer function. So 0 to 1 2x dx. So I am separating this integration by using property 3. So 0 to 1 by 2. I am splitting this 0 to 1 by 2 bracket 2x dx, plus 1 by 2 to 1 2x dx. So what we will get, integration 0 to 1 by 2. What is the nearest integer? So here, if you substitute 0, this will be 0. If you substitute 1 by 2, this will be 1. Okay. So here this bracket function lies between 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means you should take left hand side integer value, that is 0. So here 0 to 1 by 2, this is 0 dx. Similarly, if you substitute 1 by 2, this will be 1, this function will be 1. If you substitute 1, you will get 2. So this function lies between 1 to 2. By substituting 1 2, by substituting 1 by 2 1. So this function lies between 1 to 2. 1 to 2 means we have to take left hand side integer value, that is what, 1 dx in place of this total function. So are this automatically 0, and what is the integration of this x? The limits are 1 by 2 to 1. By substituting 1 minus 1 by 2, that is half. 1 by 2 is the answer for this example 3. Okay. Now example 4. Example 4, fourth example. Evaluate 0 to pi by 3, 0 to pi by 3, 0 to pi by 3, secant x tan x, secant x tan x by 1 plus secant square x, 1 plus secant square x dx. Solution 0 to pi by 3, secant x tan x by 1 plus secant square x dx. So here I am using substitution method. So I am taking secant x is equal to t. The derivative of secant x tan x dx is equal to dt. So I am converting x into t variable. So limits also will be changed. So if x is equal to 0, then t equal to what? Secant 0, 1. If x equal to pi by 3, pi by 3 means 60. So t equal to secant 60, cos 60 opposites. Cos 60, 1 by 2, so this will be 2. So 1 to 2 are the limits. So how it will be converted? So it will be converted into lower limit 1, upper limit 2, 1 to 2. Secant x dx will be dt. In place of secant square, 1 by 1 plus t square dt. 1 plus t square dt. It is converted into 1 by 1 plus t square dt. So using the integration formula, 1 by 1 plus t square dt will be 1 by a tan inverse x by a. 1 by 1 tan inverse x means here t by 1. The limits are 1 to 2. By substituting the limits, you will get tan inverse upper limit 2 minus tan inverse upper limit 1. So this will be tan inverse 2, and tan inverse of 1, in place of 1 we can write tan pi by 4. So tan inverse cancel. So you will get tan inverse of 2 minus pi by 4 is the required answer for the example 4. Now example 5, fifth example. Evaluate integration 0 to 9 1 by x plus root x dx. So solution, given integration 0 to 9 1 by x plus root x dx. Here I am taking root x as t. Let root x as t. If you take root x as t, then by derivating it, 1 by 2 root x dx equal to dt. So dx is equal to 2t dt. So limits also will be changed. If x is equal to 0, then t will equal to 0. If x is equal to 9, then t equal to, by substituting here, 3. So by converting this integration 0 to 9, 1 by x plus root x becomes dx becomes lower limit will be 0, upper limit will be 3, 0 to 3, and in place of x we can write, in place of x we can write t square. Here t square, root x will be t, and dx will be 2t dt. Root x will be t dt. So in place of x, by this t square, and root x is t, so I substitute t. In place of dx, 2t dt. So what we got here now, integration 0 to 3 2t, from the denominator I am taking t common, so t plus 1 dt. T cancel, here 2 take outside, 0 to 3, 1 by 1 plus t dt. 1 by 1 plus t dt, integration is log 1 plus t. So 2 into log 1 plus t. Upper limit 3, lower limit 0. So by applying, substituting upper limit, lower limit, this is log 4 minus log 1. Log 4 minus log 1. That will be log 4 only. Log 4, log a minus log b, log a by b. So log 4 is the answer, or you can write log 16 by sending 2 to the power. Log 16 is the required answer. Okay. Now one more problem. Example 6. Integration 0 to pi by 2 cos theta by 1 plus sin theta into 2 plus sin theta d theta. So here I am taking 1 plus sin theta equal to t. 1 plus sin theta equal to t, but derivating sin theta derivative cos theta d theta is equal to dt. Right? So if theta equal to 0, then t equal to 1. If theta equal to pi by 2, then t equal to, substitute here pi by 2, sin 91, so 2, t equal to. So integration becomes lower limit 1, upper limit will be 2. So in place of cos theta d theta is dt, by 1 plus sin theta is t, and this we can write 1 plus 1 plus sin theta, so 1 plus t, 1 plus t dt. Okay, so we got the integration 1 to 2, 1 by t into 1 plus t dt. So how to integrate this? By partial fraction. So here I am writing, how we can write this, by using partial fraction. 1 by t, 1 plus t, a by t plus b by 1 plus t, finding the partial fractions. So here we will get a equal to a into 1 plus t plus bt. If you put t equal to 0, if t equal to 0, then you will get a equal to 1. If t equal to minus 1, then b equal to, we will get minus 1. So a value 1, b value minus 1. So I am splitting this function as 1 by t into 1 plus t as 1 by t minus 1 by 1 plus t. 1 by t minus 1 plus t. Okay. So in place of this integration, we can write 1 by 2 after partial fraction, 1 by t minus 1 by 1 plus t. Dt. By subtracting the integration 1 to 2, 1 by t dt minus integration 1 by 1 plus t dt. Here 1 to 2. This will be log t 1 to 2 minus log 1 plus t 1 to 2. So by applying the limits, you will get log 2 minus log 1 for the first function, minus, by substituting the limits here in the second function, you will get log 3 minus log 1, log 2, sorry, log 2. Log 2 minus log 1 will be log 2, minus log 3 minus log 2, log 3 by 2. After that, log a minus log b, log a by b, a by 3 by 2, so 2 by 3. That is log 4 by 3 is the answer. Okay. In the similar way, you can do the exercise problem.